I'm excited to watch this interview, guys. Yeah, this interview is this interview like when Dennis Rodman went to North Korea to interview Kim Jong-un? Is this interview like when the guy went and interviewed like Jeffrey Dahmer in prison in Mindhunter? Oh no, not Jeffrey Dahmer. Who's the big dude, the big serial killer guy? That's like a nice guy, but he's like huge. That guy. Is this like when Kanye during Hurricane Katrina said during the fundraiser, he's like, George Bush doesn't care about black people. All right, that's the only positive shit we're gonna see today. All right, let's get to the real content now, huh? I'm gonna give you guys 30 seconds to get your drinks and your snacks. Okay, type 1 when you're ready to watch, when you're ready to react. I'm gonna put on like 0.125 speed because I think they talk kind of slow, right?
I'm ready to start. I'll do just like a quick intro and then we go. But yeah. Thank you so much for joining me here for a podcast after the launch of Point 2. This is Jonathan and Neon, for those that don't know, directors of JGG. And yeah, we're here to talk about the launch.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's always good to have a chat. Obviously it's a bit of a contentious launch in some ways this time. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of questions about that.
So cheerful. That's good. At least he's cheerful, guys.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No,
good vibes. Good vibes.
A lot of questions. So I think we'll just get right into it.
Sure.
A lot of people are pretty unhappy with the current state of the game, especially like our relative power to the monsters earlier on.
Starting hard.
And obviously we are finding some builds that are feeling okay and that are stronger, but I'm asking, are the slower and more challenging builds the intended pace of the game?
Well, I don't know that. Once again, we get this question a lot, right? Of just what is the pace of the game supposed to be? And I honestly find it hard to answer that because of the way that there isn't really an obvious way to even quantify that, given that players have so many different abilities. What I will all I can say is that if people are unhappy, then we will keep on improving things until they're not unhappy anymore. Because ultimately,
all right, interview's over. You guys hear that? Interview's over. I don't need to see anymore. I that's good enough. Let's go play the game. Let's go play the video game, boys. All right. Listen to what he said. If people are unhappy, we'll just keep improving the game. There it is. Do we need to watch anything else? Like that covers everything, right? You don't like X, Y, and Z. Your complaints are all across the board. They're all going to get addressed.
What amount of time are you expecting
it's on 1.15.
people to take going through the entire campaign, or on your own test run? Or when you're doing test runs, how long do you take on a first campaign run?
I actually haven't measured that on the current version, and it doesn't necessarily always work that way. The number of times I play through.
wait, it does work that way. You just go, how long did it take me? Time is, you could be moving at relativistic speeds. Maybe you're playing on a light speed cruiser.
But it's
that is true. That doesn't matter. The time actually doesn't matter, right? Actually, Jonathan actually knows some shit, dude. Jonathan is actually kind of smart. He does know some shit.
That we just want to make that fun, right? It's the campaign should be fun to play. The amount of time it takes.
For the best PoE leagues, right? If it took you 10 hours or 12 hours, like me, to get to the end game, did that make it actually bad? No, right? It had no bearing on the actual league. It really didn't matter, did it? Basically, what he's saying, okay, what Jonathan seems to be saying is that players are really, really good at identifying pain points and shit that sucks. Okay, they're not so good at offering solutions, actually. Okay, they really aren't. Because look, let me tell you, dude. You think you can develop the game? You probably can't, right? I could, because I'm a god guy. I just know the game in and out. But what he's saying is that we're really good at finding out what's not fun, what sucks, but it's up to them to come up with a solution that addresses the root of the cause. And that is actually smart. He's actually smart.
In the last interview I heard, it really sounded like the intention was to target things at the top end. But there were so many things that nerfed us during the campaign here.
Here we go. And, good job, Liz.
The thing I would say about that...
I would like to finish.
Oh!
A lot of people are really wondering about the long-term direction.
Oh, he pulled a Trump. He pulled a... Excuse me, I'm speaking. Excuse me, I'm speaking. Holy! Oh my God! He's going aggro.
With that in mind, because they were also not expecting that.
I kind of get it though, because I'm really bad at this. Okay, some of you guys are probably bad at this too. When you're having a conversation, it usually, even with your friends or whoever, right? It doesn't usually go back and forth perfectly, where every party waits until the other person finishes, right? Like for me, like I interrupt people all the time. Like when I'm on Discord calls, when I'm on interviews, when I do stuff with other people, I stop people all the time, right? And I expect to get interrupted all the time too. Like it's like the back and forth conversation. It's something that I know I'm bad at, but like I can get behind Jonathan where it's like he's not really being disrespectful. It's just like he has these ideas that he wants to interject to kind of get, you know, like to get his message out. That's what it is, right?
I was saying we didn't.
No, I never pre-conclude. It's just one of those things. This is one of those things.
I mean, there were some blatant fuck ups.
Yeah. Like so.
Bluntly, right? Like the minion change was just bad.
And
oh, yo, Mark is like, dude, is this like good cop, bad cop? Is Mark gonna be the good cop and then Jonathan's bad cop? Or it's like mom and dad. Or like you ask your mom for something and she's like, "What did dad say?" And you're like, "Oh shit." Right, and then you have to walk into your dad's office and like be like, okay, hey, listen, Dad, Mom said that it was okay if I go out and do this thing, and then your dad's like, yeah, you're like, oh shit.
We have a bit of and look, a lot of it is just because there's a little bit of like it's early access, so we're allowed, but we like are firing from the hip a lot here. And stuff like that, like let's get it in there, let's try it out, see how people think, and if it's bad, we just undo it, right?
Firing from the hip, bro. Hey, at least he's honest. At least he's honest, dude. Listen. I feel like they're not on the same page, guys. I'm not gonna pre-conclude, but I feel like Mark and Jonathan are on the same page because like there were so many things that were nerfed, right? Like all like the gems, the mob HP was tuned. Like there's like weird bugs and shit, stuff like. I mean, there was so much stuff that was like changed that like they didn't like give you any heads up about, right? Like, dude, guys, I have a really spicy drama take coming. It's forming in my brain. It's coming, and you're not gonna like it. It's like it's gonna cause some drama. It's like I know the core cause. I know the core cause of all this.
Okay, so this is sort of a larger topic, right? But effectively, it's like in PoE 1, there are so many tools that the knowledge ceiling is absolutely astronomical.
That's true.
And so you have a situation where a good player can completely dominate everything to like the absolute nth degree, right?
But the thing about PoE 1 is that you're also choosing your difficulty, right? Like the campaign's like okay, but when you get to maps, if you want to do the harder like ass fisting content, you're gonna have the tools and like the choices to get to that level, right? Like I don't just go in a map and have like a rogue exile, a giant rogue exile that's harder than the feared, right? I've chosen that and I've gotten my character to that level. Before that, what do I always start with? Blue altars and shrines. Every single league. You know why? Because it's easy and it makes my character stronger. So I can do easier. And guess what? I'm rewarded with less loot. I'm rewarded with a lot less loot, but I get to have fun and I get to progress all my stuff, my character and the atlas and everything, right? Like you've chosen that stuff in PoE 1. In PoE 2, you're not really choosing anything, man. Okay, that's because James right. Campaign, you can't choose the difficulty, but you can choose a lot of good starters. And even if there's like some roughness or some dog shit in the campaign in PoE 1, even like the worst starters, okay, aren't gonna feel like it's not gonna feel too trash unless you run into a bug with like poison conk or something like that. It's gonna feel like kind of okay, right?
Yeah, won't that immediately mean that like a ton of players who actually enjoy the game because the combat is engaging immediately, like what, doesn't it kill the game for them? Like what I'm saying is like it's easy.
Hey, are these players in the room with us right now? Hold on a second. Triceratops is gonna bust through my wall like the Kool-Aid guy.
For example, I know I have seen the feedback of.
Wait, Mark, you know what I'm noticing? Is this gonna happen for the next hour and a half? Is Mark just gonna jump in after Jonathan gives like a really like a personal take, right? Like his personal vision, and then Mark's gonna jump in and correct it and be like, hey, whoa, guys, what is actually going on here is, and then he's like I was like, damn, he's gonna go, bro. Okay, let me give my input. Let me pause here. So what Jonathan said is he's actually right. You should feel like you did something to curve the challenge, right? But what that thing should be is not like no matter what you do, the game just feels like sluggish and hard. That shouldn't be it. No matter what you do, right? If there's nothing you can do, like you check all the vendors and you're clicking on the well to fill up your flask and you're upgrading your flask and you're selling for gold and checking the vendor every level up and doing everything you can, and then the game still feels like kind of bad. You're like, okay, that's not right. What it should be, what I think what Jonathan means to say is that if you're someone who forgets to put in the right support gem, or you put in the support gem that's wrong, that doesn't even work or whatever, then that should feel challenging, right? Like the decisions you made should make it challenging because you didn't like, oh, I didn't put in the right support gem. I didn't, I didn't know that there was a vendor that sells stuff. Then it should be a little bit more challenging, right? That's where the challenge should come from because then you're in complete control of like, oh, okay, I just gotta do these couple of things, and then you feel rewarded, like, oh, I figured it out. Oh, I gotta check the vendors. Oh, it's a support. There's support gems. Oh, right. That's where it should be. Pause, Connor. I like how Mark is adding the much needed levity, dude. Dude, I feel like Jonathan and look at Jonathan's face, dude. Yo, I feel like Ziz and Jonathan are like PvPing, and then Mark's just like,
Not every monster needs to slow down, but like for example, some of them can be fast, and maybe the answer is okay, they should be weaker. So sure, they engage you, but they die quick. Or maybe the answer is like there's too many of them. And
Mark speaks as if he plays the game. He speaks like at any point he could be like, he could add in like, for example, I was in this zone and this happened, right? Like I feel like Mark plays the game a lot. Find yourself a woman who looks at you like Zizarin looks at Mark. Because Mark is a group cuck. Yeah, because he has friends. Where are your friends, huh?
Dream negative feeling.
You find one other person that wants to party up with you right now. All right. Freaking loser.
Like, I can't.
All right, shut
do
up.
the things that my skills.
We don't talk shit about Mark around here, buddy. We don't talk shit about Mark around here. You better watch yourself.
And then there are people that want like the entire gameplay, every second to second moment to be like very engaging. So it's
who wants that? Who wants every second of an ARPG to be like you gotta focus up, you gotta lock in. What are we playing? Marvel Rivals? We playing Marvel like if we're playing Mythic Plus where you make one bad decision and it's the key is bricked. Sir, who wants that? No, that it is good to have moments like when you farm PoE 1, there are moments like that actually in every map where you're like, oh shit, like, but it's because the stress of like losing the loot if you die or failing the challenge, that's when you're like, ooh, I gotta focus it, right? It's not like right? Like basically, imagine if you're an elemental build and every single map is 70% avoidance. Okay? That's kind of like what PoE 2 is like sometimes, right? It's like, it's literally like that. It's like, that's what it feels like, honestly.
Has a downside.
What was that? Hold on. What was that? Look.
Now, due to being able to use a shield, but again,
look at Jonathan. Look at his eyebrow.
You can just nerf people in the middle of a league no matter what. Like we get highly.
Wait, hold on. What did he just say?
Punished for that. Look, I mean, people are gonna be unhappy.
They literally did this, didn't they? To like the twisters, bro.
About nerfs whenever we do them.
Sir.
As we can see.
Well, a big thing that's missing comparatively to PoE 1 is our ability to speed ourselves up, right? On our second characters.
Here we go.
You have things like 7 league step and stuff like
that.
Here
we go.
And at least so far, we don't have that many alternatives.
All right, ain't nobody got 7 league steps on league launch. Like, what the? Yo, Zizarin, hold on a second. Who's got 7 league steps on league launch? That you don't.
Alternatives for that. And
second character. Oh, my bad. I'm retarded.
So
they should steal Havoc's idea. Hear me out. Of giving every player 25% skill speed. just innate, just intrinsic 25% action speed, right? Not for move speed, but just for skill action speed. And then would you feel playable? You feel good even if you're slow. We
just don't want to talk about them before we try them.
Jonathan's talking about like, you remember the smoke mine era? Before they nerfed it, like you throw a smoke mine and then you would press detonate then dash at the same time, right? It's like smoke, throw the mine, boom, 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 slow it, boom, boom, and it's like, bro, that does look weird and it feels weird to do. But you're super fast, but like, bro, like that sounds like weird, bro. It's like I've always said that left clicking and running, like moving around to move, will feel always better than any other skill. No matter what, moving to move is, I know that sounds like yeah, sure, dude. But like, you know what I mean? Like moving is the best. Moving feels the best.
So obviously a bit of a different question, but on console, debuffs have the option to be at the bottom of the screen. Could that be a toggleable option for PC?
No.
Can be rough to like
I'll look
move
into
your
that.
eyes.
It wasn't on my radar. We might be able to do something.
We
with
have a full view buff.
Wait, does he not know that the debuffs go behind the life bars?
UI rework going on at some point soon. It was
nice.
planned for earlier, where like so this can be part of the consideration, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, our UX guy's currently working on.
Nice.
Has it on.
it. Why is it that you're not getting enough sockets early on?
Well, they're just not dropping.
Oh, wait, hold on. So why? Wait, okay, hold on. I can answer this. I don't play that much POT, but I can answer this. Because the Artificer's Orb is probably more rare than an Exalt, right? I'm pretty sure it is. And to salvage the socket gear, you first have to have the knowledge to pick up white items that have sockets in it, right? So first you have to know to pick up those white items that you don't use, right? Like you're a wand dude, you got to pick up that two-handed maul that has one socket in it, and you got salvage. Like people don't know, and it's like rare, right? And the shards, you only get one shard's like.
Even if you're checking the vendor, like I'm checking the vendor every time I level up. I'm disenchanting everything. I still don't get enough because the game is very difficult right now. So you try to keep getting gear upgrades. There's not enough loot. There's a lot of people complaining about not enough drops.
I don't get the same experience of not getting enough socketables personally. Like
What?
I would say.
Yeah,
that-
what are you talking about? You guys know that Russell Westbrook meme? What are you talking about? I go to the pro asking, what are you talking about? What? Hold on, what?
Probably 80% of the gear I'd be wearing pretty much through the whole campaign would have sockets like in there. So like if that's the case, then like there must be something I'm not understanding about. Like,
He's playing a different version. Dude, he probably did a console command and forgot to turn it off. Remember what was it? PUBG? Wait, what game was it where the developer accidentally was invisible and he started killing everyone? And they're like, "You're hacking." He's like, "What?" And he didn't know. Oh, was it H1? Yeah, it was like, bro.
buy that. And I mean, I don't buy stuff from the vendors. Just as a qualifying thing, that I don't buy socketables from the vendors and do that thing. I know people do.
How are you sustaining the Artificer's shards? Hold on. Guys, at what act do you guys sustain Artificer stuff? Is it possible at like Act 6 or Act 5? What if Jonathan just did one run through the campaign, and in that one run, he picked up socket items that were first class, like he was like a in character, so he got like ES stuff, and they just had sockets on him or something. What if he only did one run and he got super lucky, dude?
I just need to understand why.
What the? Look at this! Look at this emote. It's true though. Wait, I have an idea. If Mark's gonna talk about you gotta start from like the base level. All right, here we go. Big take. Stats need to be 10 instead of 5. Okay, or they need to be 5 of your character's base stat and then 5 of your choice. 5 is because that's gonna fix the issue of people getting locked out on a higher tier weapon because they have to keep the old weapon because of stats, because stat budgeting. Okay, like then people will be using a level 12 weapon in like a level 30 zone. Okay.
One of the things that PoE2 has gotten us is
No,
that,
he did the anime thing. Do you guys see that? He did the anime thing where he's about to drop a big line. He's like, shing! He's like Lelouch. Shing! Actually.
But I also do want to understand why some people feel like they get a lot of currency and others don't. Like I just don't understand what can be the responsible for that.
Well, it seems like everyone who goes through feels like it's worse than 0.1, right? It's not a feeling thing. It's like if Shaper drops a certain unique item and it's a 1% drop rate, right? You don't need to guess what could be the issue here. Like you can just look at the stats. You can just look at the code, right? Like 0.00x whatever is the drop rate of a Regal or an Exalt, and it's like that's white monster, blue monster, rare monster, and then just look at the code. It's like it's not like something you could have to guess on, right?
If you're not disenchanting rares, then you certainly won't get a lot of Regals. Like
Sure,
that is
I've
the
tried
case.
both.
Right.
Yeah, you just don't get that many shards,
Well,
dude. It's like,
I can't say much as to that, but like that is the reason you don't have Regals if you're.
Yo, Ziz, you trashed the game, bro. Yo, Ziz, you just trashed the game. You didn't play the game right. You don't know the systems. You don't know anything. You're just playing like a freaking noob. You don't know anything. You just trash, bro. You trash. You trash. Ziz, you got to pick up rares. Pick up rares and disenchant them. You trash. Put in some effort, okay? Yeah. You look friggin'. You want to be spoon fed the Regals and the Exalts? No. Put in some effort into this game. This is not a game for casuals, okay?
In PoE 1, we have masteries. I'm a huge fan of those, especially for temporary solutions. Is that something you're open to bringing back in PoE 2?
I'm not a huge fan of them because
Man,
they ended up
what are you talking
devaluing
about?
the notables a lot.
Man,
Like the notables
what you
became
talking
really
about?
bland.
If you've never played a defense character, it is fun to go defensive, but usually it's like it's really fun investing in defense once you have enough damage. Okay, the moment you have enough damage for what you're farming, it's actually super fun to become tanky. Like dying sucks, man. Like once you know that for normal content your character actually can't die, that's such a good feeling, right? Like you get alt tab, you gotta do something, you got alt tab, right? You don't need to like, you don't need to worry about like boxes, you don't need to worry about like any of the content. Oh, it feels good getting to that level, man.
So obviously PoE, you're not necessarily tied to like the warrior being melee, right? Like right now I'm playing artillery ballista.
Yo, spoilers, there's PoE 1 news in this interview? The last time they asked, Jonathan was like, no, this is too complicated to get into it. I don't want to talk about it. And then came the video, the dark video. It's like, hi, I'm Chris Wilson from Grinding Gear Games. And he's like, we thought we could do it, and we kept pushing it. We kept getting the development. I don't think the Atlas in PoE 2, I don't think it's that good. I don't think it's it, dude. I think it's going to go through a full rework pretty soon.
And of course, people are going to post it. You have my Discord as well. Just tell me, because I'm very, very curious about the map drops and how people feel about.
He's got direct Discord access to one of the developers of Path of Exile. Bro, let me get that access. Yo, this is access journalism, bro. Let me get some access. I wanna send Mark some shit. I want to send him some stuff, guys.
Do we have a rough estimate at all for 326?
Oh shit!
I mean,
towards the end of May was what we last said, and the intention is still that is currently on track. Obviously, all these things are kind of like, you know, up to within a 2-week kind of band, because you know things happen. That being said, if you're not hearing about things by the end of May, or at least, then I'd be very, very surprised. You should be, for sure.
Cool.
May of what year? Wait. Right now it's April. January, February, March, April, May. End of May within 2 weeks. Yo, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks. Yo, that's not bad. That's not bad, guys.
Awesome.
Thank you, and thank you everyone for watching and playing.
Wow.
We appreciate it. Bye.
What an interview, guys. Do you guys like that interview? Sheesh. What, dude? I give that interview a 9 out of 10. Like literally. Hey, you guys want to hear my hot take? Chat. Do you know how we got here? You know how we got to this point where we need these changes? I'm pretty sure that during point 1, when the game launched, I'm pretty sure everyone was just scared to give their real opinion, right? Because there's a lot of money to be made in PoE 2. There's a lot of goodwill, a lot of opening a lot of doors. I think everyone was just scared, bro, to express their true opinions, and because of that, we ended up in this state. That's actually what happened, right? I guarantee that's what happened. Right? If everyone had said what they actually meant and felt on point 1, bro, because the game's like not that different, right? It's not that different, guys. Come on. And because of that, this is what happens. I mean, you know. I mean, they did. I mean, Havoc said pretty well. There's a lot of goodwill built up, so like you were kind of gaslighting yourself, right? It's like the game's not that different, guys. It really isn't. So I mean, if you know, like the people that came out and set stuff, they were the bad guys, right? But now that everyone has this opinion, now it's safe to like give your real opinions, right? Everyone's safe to get. Dude, there's this DS Lily video I watched. Holy shit, bro. Dude, there's a new DS Lily video out that's like nuts, man. No, I'm not even talking about like no, I'm not even talking about games. I'm what I'm saying, guys, is that the game between point 2 and point 1 isn't that different. It's really not. What I'm saying is that everyone felt like lots of this feedback should have been given in point 1. Okay, because the game's not that different. Where like all of a sudden like things shifted, right? People were just scared. People were just scared to give their takes. Okay, and like I'm human. I fall into that trap too, because it's like, okay, if I know I'm gonna give a take and people are gonna shit on me and I'm gonna be like some like pariah, right? And I'm already dealing with not having fun. Like if I'm already not having fun, And then now I know if I give my honest take, people are gonna shit on me. I don't want to deal with that, so I'm just gonna keep it to myself, bro. Right? A lot of people weren't like me, but like a lot of people were like, okay, I got some options here, okay? Like there's gifted subs, we got subathons going on, we got gifted subs, a lot of money to be made here, and I like grinding your games. So like, what's the best option here? Do I? No one else is talking shit about this game. No one else is giving constructive feedback, right? Not really. Am I gonna just go out there and say this shit? Like, no, I'm not gonna say. Like, what? Am I crazy? Am I crazy? I'm gonna say some that the game like kind of sucks. Like, I'm not gonna say that, bro. I'm not gonna say that, dude. Right? And that's how you ended up. That's how you ended up with this, bro. That's how you ended up with like these changes being needed made like every single day. I mean, yeah, everyone's a pussy. Like, I mean, I am too, right? Everyone's a pussy. But now that the wave has like, so now that all the people that spoke out earlier, like the bad guys are out, right? Like they've now that it's safe to speak out. Like, all right, let's go, boys. Sheesh. You don't think that's how it is? I'm telling you, that's how it was, bro. Okay. Because when I think about like the big, it's not that different. Like, yeah, it's got nerfed and stuff, but the gameplay and like the end game, everything, it's the same game, guys. It's not that different. I'm telling you, people don't have these massive shifts like this. Okay, all right, like that's how it works. Okay, as a content creator, I'm telling you that's how it works. Okay, I have insider information as well. Okay, I know for a fact there's some people, I'm not gonna name names, but I have friends. Okay. I'm pretty on good terms with a lot of people in the PvE community. I know for a fact, okay, because they told me. All right, I had conversations with people, and this is true. Now, I didn't want to say anything before because everyone can see that that's true now, right? So it's safe to say it because, like, you know, now this is my opinion. Everyone can say what they want to say. Everyone can critique. It's fine. It's safe. Fine. All right. So it is what it is, guys.